By the end of this video, you will know how to replace your motor, all the important parts, and make it just like new again. First off, figure out what voltage your pump is running and what horsepower your motor is. Most new pumps and replacement motors have dual voltage. You'll need to figure out if it's 115 or 240 before turning the breaker back on. The parts we're going to be replacing are the motor, seal plate O-ring, shaft seal, diffuser O-ring, pump cover O-ring, pump basket, drain plug O-rings. Now let's get at it. First, shut your breaker off and disconnect power from the pump. Now loosen the bolts that hold the motor to the seal plate. Just crack them loose, don't remove them all the way. This will make it easier later on. Now you're ready to remove the seal plate from the pump housing. This is a sta-rite pump which uses a band clamp. If you don't have the same type of pump, look for bolts on the front or back around the edge of the housing and remove those. Loosen the clamp and leave just a few threads at the end and give it a bump to break it loose. Remove the clamp and separate the motor and seal plate from the housing. Remove the diffuser. Find a wrench that fits the back shaft in the center of the pump. Put a wrench on it and hold it firmly. With your other hand, remove the impeller and the spring that sits behind it on the shaft. Now remove the bolts that hold the motor to the seal plate. And you'll probably have to give it a little bump to break it loose. Knock the shaft seal out of the seal plate. A deep 9/16 or 5/8 socket works on most, but whatever you have will do. I like to thoroughly clean everything and inspect for defects. I use a couple drops of Dawn and some water, a brush, and a scouring pad. This ensures I don't miss anything that could prevent a proper seal with the O-rings. Thoroughly inspect your diffuser. Clean it. Clean any area that an O-ring goes into really good. Remove your drain plugs. If your pump is more than 5 years old, pretty good chance those O-rings are dry rotted. Time to lube up those new O-rings and start putting it back together. Make sure to put lube on all the O-rings. Shaft seal in and just press it firmly with your fingers and make sure it's laying flat. Put the seal plate back on the motor and tighten the bolt. Tension spring on the shaft, same way you took it off the other one. Remove the back cover from the motor. This motor is different than the one I took off. this style motor, I find it easiest to remove the capacitor and use a 7/16 or 11mm wrench to hold the shaft in place. Make sure the impeller is in good shape. Put your wrench on the shaft, hold it in place, put the impeller on, don't over tighten it, make sure it spins freely. Then put the diffuser back on. Put the capacitor back where it goes. Now put the seal plate and housing back together. No children, primates, or animals were harmed in the making of this video.